How's it? Welcome to the podcast. You're listening to Green Dog Blitz, hosted by Brian Anderson and Agobian. Throughout the show, we'll attempt to control the line of scrimmage. Let's get to it. All right, Week 12's upon us. Week 11 is in the hopper. Brian, a lot of action happened. I like your hat you're wearing, by the way. That's cool. Nice little Minnesota ode / America. I like it.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. But a lot of stuff happened. Not sure what to talk about. Dealer's choice here. A lot of quarterback injuries, a lot of controversies, a lot of missed calls, and contenders versus pretenders. I think some divisions are getting claimed as playoff bound. Certain teams, other teams are out for sure. Um,
Mm.
what'd you see besides your Vikes? Fell apart on me a little bit. Didn't like that. Rams just eked out the Seahawks and our respective teams, but that's the ebb and flow of the NFL.
It is. And Yerevan, good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining back at on this podcast for Green Dog Blitz. Yeah, it was an interesting week, and you're right. For those teams that are out by week 12, they just know it. It's got to be so hard. And I don't know. I was going to bring this up later, but maybe let's do it now because we talk about panic mode, and I think the real panic mode teams are these ones that are just on the cusp, and they would be like the Vikings, the Chiefs. And I had another one in there too. But it's these teams that you just think that they just had so much hope and promise going in, but right now their backs are kind of against the wall. So yeah, tough deal. And here in the North Country, Vikings country, it was a tough week, man. I'll tell you, the reality is setting in with our quarterback, and it's not one that we want to face. At least that's what it looks like right now. So, anyway, that's kind of the headlines in my perspective right now. But there's obviously more to uncover.
Yeah, but great to follow that story a little bit narrative, a little bit longer about JJ, the quarterback, not the wide receiver. We know he produces, but is it too early to be talking about bust or not bust or franchise or not franchise or second stringer career, second stringer, whatever you want to label it? Is it too early? Are we putting too much pressure on these guys? I know college and the university system is getting more and more every year, more of a minor, league for the NFL light, if you will. They're spending a lot more money now on it. They're paying players now. They're putting them in more pro systems, and so they can adapt a lot quicker to the NFL. But this is still the NFL. It's not college, and we're expecting these guys to produce. Back in my day and your day, Bry, it was you sit on the sideline, get some tutelage for 4 or 5 years, look at the guy in front of you, learn how to NFL QB, be a number one guy, and then you get your opportunity. Now they thrust you right in there. Is this is this the new norm?
Yeah, it might be, but I don't know how well it's working. I've heard a lot of people talking about this and just saying that there needs to be those year or two where you're rebuilding. You're the new quarterback is getting used to the system, but when you've got big time superstars waiting there or not waiting, but playing on the field with them, time's passing them by. You look at the Patriots last year. That's probably a really good situation for Drake May to develop because there really weren't that many big name stars. I think there's other team players developing with him, perhaps. They've got a new coach in there. Things have churned and turned around in a way that's been a good rebuilding process. Yeah, exactly. So. I don't know, man.
Uh,
I don't think it's too early. I really don't.
okay.
I heard someone say that this is a week by week league, and it is. And one team can rise while another one falls, and then all of a sudden you've got another, more of a competition. So who
It's true.
knows?
Next man up. I like it. And I guess I'm talking myself into my own answer here. I guess when you have a rookie like that and you're paying them the somewhat minimum, if you will,
No.
you've got a four-year contract with them. You might as well see what you got before you really have to shell out money and pay for something
Yeah.
that you don't quite know. So that makes sense. I got you on that one. All right. I noticed talking about the quarterbacks really quickly, Brian. Michael Penix Jr. is out for the season. It's a shame. So we're going to actually see the highest paid backup quarterback, Kirk Cousins,
Hmm.
in action. Penix Jr. though, I wonder. if this is it, and I'm sorry to say that, he's had two ACL injuries in college, and he had another one just this week. So that's his third one. I don't know how many times he come back from that. I'm not a doctor, nor did I stay at a Holiday Inn recently. Aaron Rodgers, wrist fracture, non-throwing hand. So is it going to be Aaron Rodgers or is it going to be Mason Rudolph for the Steelers? We don't know. I'm sure Aaron Rodgers will make his own decision. Isn't he always de facto coach? New York Jets starting Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor at QB. Sorry, Justin Fields, you're out. Kind of a big deal. No deal. Probably no deal, but who knows? CJ Stroud is still in concussion protocol. That's going to affect our Thursday night football picks, Brian. Davis Mills is in
Mm.
going for the Texans. And then Joe Burrow's a full participant at practice this Wednesday. What? We're filming this Wednesday. Green Dog Blitz. Appreciate your listenership. We're filming this Wednesday night. Is it Flacco or is it going to be Burrow this week? We don't know. And then Shador Sanders, most hyped up fifth round pick ever, is getting his start for the Browns. And are you ready for this statistic? Random statistic of the week, proprietary statistics, Green Dog Blitz. 42nd quarterback to start for the Browns since 1999. The 42nd quarterback to start for the Browns since 1999. WTF? Are you kidding me? Dysfunctional. Find a quarterback.
Wow. And I mean, I know that there's more than three quarterbacks that started for the Packers since what? When? Like way back when, but still they've only had three I mean, there's probably just a spot start. If that's crazy. It was funny. I heard Shador Sanders, whatever his name is, talking at a press conference, and he was kind of on cloud nine as they were talking about like what he thought about playing, and he's just like, it's like a dream come true, blah blah blah. And then they followed up the question with like, well, how do you think he played? And he's like, I didn't think I played very well. Like kind of came back down to earth a little bit. But
Yeah.
hey, he was realistic about it. So
But
kind of
you know
like
what? He's
both
got a chip and a
perspectives.
chair, Bry. We
Mm.
always talk about these. He's got a chip and a chair. He's first official start, not just doing some spot start, spot cleanup time. And it's his ship to be the captain and see what happens. A win can go a long way. So we will see. Way too early. And then I don't know if you remember, we were talking about Cam Little with his robo leg and all these guys bigger, faster, stronger. He had a 68 yarder. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago, Bry?
2 weeks ago
Which
now, I
was
think.
an Okay, yeah, it was an NFL record. And then I said, hey, and officially right now we have 7 weeks left. I looked at their schedule, and I found two games he can potentially break the 70-yard mark, which you're predicting this season, and I'm jumping on board with you on that one. So we got 7 games left, and ready for this one? Potential 70-yard field goal spots. December 21st, week 16 at Denver. Good call, Bri. You mentioned it,
Uh-huh.
the Mile High Air. Yeah, there's some field goal kicking opportunity there with the elevation. The ball
Nice.
tends to, get a little throw. And then next week, December 28th, week 17, at Indianapolis. I'm
Hmm.
thinking, isn't Indy in a dome? No
Yep.
wind. No. Yeah, so those are the 2 weeks right there we're going to look at, see if we can get a 70-yarder, Brian.
I like it. I think that those are good choices. I was thinking about a dome too. I was looking at their division. I'm like, yeah, indoor stadium,
And
Indy for sure.
yep. And then really
Maybe for the
quickly,
win. Maybe it's going to
ooh.
help climb leapfrog the Colts. Now we're taking it a little step farther, but
Hey, let's see what happens. Anything's possible. Do you see
good
the under
stuff.
radar news segment? Can you believe that? I don't know if you can see that on the docket. Um, Josh
Yeah. What
Allen.
is it? Yeah.
Josh Allen, quarterback, Bills, 75 rushing touchdowns currently right now. I think he ran for three last week and threw for three. Incredible. Regardless, he is tied with Cam Newton for the number one of all time rushing touchdowns. Is that
Mm.
just, I don't know, is
Yeah,
that crazy to you?
Josh Allen he's kind of a beast on when he's running the ball. I wouldn't want he's fearless. So he just doesn't look like all that athletic to me. But when he's going, and
No.
he certainly is, he's one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback playing right now. So yeah, that's pretty cool. He's a good guy
So
to
my
have on your fantasy team.
my question to you is if you're the head coach of the Bills, okay, and you got Josh Allen, and he's going to break this record next couple weeks, if not next week. And after he does, you just say, "Okay, Josh, stop running the ball. Stop."
Yeah, I know.
or
We
or
need
do you
you.
just or do you say, "Hell with it. Keep it's working." And you're scoring touchdowns, and that's the name of the game. Or is that the fine line you have to play?
Well, it is, and we see these quarterbacks scrambling so much at a young age, and then they
Mm.
slow down. They get more control. Most of them, I would say, Lamar is still running, and Allen's still running, Mahomes is still, so never mind. Maybe they don't. They do keep on running.
Nice.
So yeah.
All right, take
Uh,
us away, Brian.
oh, where are we going? We want to look ahead to or look back maybe a little bit about red carpet spotlight. Who wore it best? You're always looking
Yes,
pretty
sir.
dapper here, wearing your colors right there. I like it.
Yep,
What'd you
yep.
see this week, this last week? I got something in the as we look ahead to the week 12 too.
Oh gosh. You were talking about we were texting back and forth during the game, I believe, and
Hmm.
about the New England Patriots nor'easter uniforms, they called them. Nor'easter, I don't know if I'm saying it right with the accent, but
Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah.
white helmet, storm blue jersey, white pants, and that NE interlocking lettering. You said you thought it was sharp.
I did. I thought it was a little understated, yet yeah, pronounced. If that's a thing, I don't know. But no, it was a good look. It was something different. So
Hmm.
I like different. At least that
I do
different.
too.
There's a different coming up this week, and it's not looking good. But
Oh
we'll get to
gosh.
that in a second.
You
But
mentioned the midnight mode uniforms, the LA Rams.
uh-huh.
Back is black, even though it was actually midnight navy, they called it, but it looked black to
Oh,
me.
okay.
But you
Yep.
know what? But you know what, Brian? You're right. I thought they were pretty cool. At first, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna like this. But I kind of liked just the way the shouldering had the
Hmm.
Rams' usual colors, and then everything else was like a dark, super dark black navy, whatever. I thought it was pretty cool. What'd you think?
Yeah, that caught my eye too. I was kind of thought
Yeah,
that was an interesting little touch they had in the shoulders.
yeah. And I'll let you take the other
It's
three
good.
away: Cardinals, Bills, Broncos.
Yeah,
Right?
Cardinals all black. I think we agree that always looks good when they're
Hmm.
black. The Bills had white everything, a white out. The standing buffalo on their helmet. I like that buffalo on their helmet. That's cool.
Yeah,
And then of course the old school Broncos always looking sharp. Never goes out of fashion, does it?
dude, that
So
old D with the horse. I forget the horse's name. But you know, he's on
yeah, I
top
don't
of the
remember either.
stadium, you know.
Yeah,
But sorry,
yeah.
Denver
Back at the old
fans.
Mile
But yeah,
High.
that's
Yeah,
so badass, man. We like that. Yeah.
yeah. And then
And
look.
yeah, go ahead. You said looking forward, foreshadowing. Is that what we're calling it? Or fashion foreshadowing? Nice.
Yeah, so we've got the Texans playing on Thursday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills, and they've got this. They said how popular. I've never seen this before. Bold blue. It's a fan-inspired battle red uniform, and it's going to be a red out in Houston. And dude, it looks like someone jumped in a pot of ketchup. I don't know. It's not, or maybe more like Red Hot, the Frank's Red Hot sauce. But yeah, check that out. The Browns go all white. I think that's a pretty good look, and the Kelly green is the color for the Eagles. So, going throwback too. There's a few other ones out there as well, but those were the ones that are most notable. So, I know people like to look forward to that.
I
So,
love it. Yeah, it's so fun to add a little. Because remember when you were a kid, what team do you like? Why do you like them? Because the colors or the logo. You know what I mean? It all stems back from fashion. It really does. Look good, feel good, play good. I really believe that.
yeah, I agree.
How right? Yeah, good
Yeah.
call. And you got some positive yards, baby. You bringing it back a little bit?
Yeah, I'll talk about a little highlight. Talk about the good that's going on off the playing field. And actually, that's what we normally say, but we're going to bring it back on the field because it's my cause, my cleats this week and the following week, in week 12 and 13, where NFL players reveal their passions beyond the game and wear their hearts on their feet through the my cause, my cleats. Players have the opportunity to pick a cause that is important to them and represent their chosen organization on a custom design cleats that I believe actually the players themselves can now design. They use AI stuff and
Cool.
they choose some things that just really inform what these cleats look like, and then they print them on there. It's pretty cool, I think. But
Sweet.
just raises awareness for these different causes. There's so many out there, so it's pretty good. Yeah,
That's cool. I like
yeah,
that. Talk about dovetailing in
fashion.
with the fashion. Yeah, there
Totally.
it
Yeah,
is.
I was just thinking
I
about that
love
too.
it. Great
I
call,
hadn't thought
Brian.
about that until just now. But
Oh, that's
perfect.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
So
All right. Well, if we don't mind, we can jump into some Thursday night football with
let's
Green Dog
do it.
Blitz. Yeah, we
Let's
got
do
some
it.
good listenership going this week. We had Singapore, Brian. We're in Asia.
I
We
know.
got our Steadfast in Germany, our loyal listeners in Minnesota, California, of course. We got Denver. We're all over the place. Ohio, I believe, we're out there. So hang in there, guys. Keep listening and keep watching. YouTube, Green Dog Blitz at YouTube, if I'm correct, right, Brian?
That's right. Yeah, look us up.
Excellent. Okay, here we
Join
go.
the fun.
Let's talk about Thursday night football. But before I hit you up with the Buffalo Bills at the Houston Texans, quick question about the city of Houston. We're going to spotlight it because it is the home team of Thursday Night Football. You ready for some Houston Texan trivia questions, Brian?
I am. I came unprepared because I don't have anything for you. So let me have it.
That's fine. That's fine. I got a couple extras. All right. We love the mascots, don't we, baby? So here we go.
Oh, we
What is
do.
the name? What is the name of Houston's mascot? It is a bull, by the way. If you haven't seen it, it's like a bull outfit with a guy wearing some football pants and a bull outfit. So
And that's
is
where
the
the Red
name?
Bull comes from, right? That they're the red out
Oh,
thing that they're doing this week.
I
So,
don't know.
I
I thought
assume
Red
so.
Bull
They're
was it. I
bold.
thought Red Bull was okay. It's
Oh,
energy drink. Sue him for that. Come on, what's going on
no,
here?
wait, no, it's called a bold bull. I don't
It
know.
is.
I know
Oh,
very
I thought
little
that was
about
a
this
I thought that
area,
was a
so
cocktail. All right, here we go. Oh, that's a Brave Bull. Here we go. Is the Bulls name the mascot of the Texans? One of these names. Is it Toro, Senor Ole, Henry Horns, Rush, or Freddie Fajita?
well, if it's Toro, that'd be like saying the Buffalo Bills, right? The Toro Bull. It's pretty redundant. But I'm gonna go with what was the third one you said?
Henry Horns.
No, not that
And then
one.
I had Senor Ole. I had Rush and Freddie Fajita.
I think it's Rush.
It,
Yeah.
it
I
was
don't know.
Toro, and you're
No
right.
way. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's so
Let's do better
bad.
than that.
They named themselves the Texans, and then they named their mascot Toro. Just two weak names.
It
It's funny.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, another question for you. Speaking of dovetailing to that last question, when they became a franchise, I believe it was 2002. They had five name choices, Bry.
Mhm.
Out of these five name choices, here's what they were. Tell me if you would have stuck with the Texans or done something different. Texans, Apollos, Stallions, Wildcatters, Bobcats. Who would you have chosen?
I would have chosen the Stallions.
I would have too. I think it's a great
Yeah.
name. Yeah, it
It,
sounds great.
yeah, it
That or the
does.
Apollos, whatever, but it's still,
Yeah.
because of
Yeah,
the
I
whole
suppose,
space
sure.
connection. Yeah,
They could
whatever.
wear
But
they
yeah.
could have worn astronaut helmets instead of a football helmet.
Awesome. Uh, uh, yeah, because that is the center of the U.S. space program is Houston.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then one last one here, Bry. Um, uh, Speaking of the Hall of Fame, I want to ask you a side question. Yeah, true or false question. Is
Okay.
there a mascot Hall of Fame?
I don't think so.
There
Do you
is.
know? Oh,
There is.
oh, oh, I
You
see what
want to
you're
know
saying.
why?
I thought you were
Yeah,
saying I thought you were asking if the Hall of Fame has a mascot. I
gotcha.
see the question, but I don't know. Tell me more. I don't know anything about it.
Because because Toro, I guess, just got introduced into the mascot Hall of Fame, I think in 2024. So it's just
Mm.
relevant. And that's a whole other side note. So speaking of Hall of Fame, last question, Brian. Who is the only so far to this date, Houston Texan to be inducted into the Hall of Fame since they were a franchise since 2002? Who has made it into the Hall of Fame? Do you know the player? Think about it for a sec. I'll give you a hint. It's a wide receiver, if that
I
helps.
was gonna say it's a wide receiver, but it's not coming to me who it might be. Um,
Big
I
dude,
don't know.
Andre
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
good
he
for
was great.
him. Yeah.
Played on a lot of
Well.
losing teams, but whatever. He stayed with the same team, and that's what I think of. I like that when football players don't move around too much. They stay with the
Mhm.
same team, win, lose, or draw. But you can build a career around yourself and have some statistics and dig deep in the community and enjoy it.
Right.
Okay, cool. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree. I think you get entrenched into that community and talk about positive yardage. I'm sure he did some stuff there, but you kind of you just become rooted, and that's what
Yeah.
community is all about. So yeah, there's something to be said about that for sure. That's cool.
Yep.
So
All
all
right.
right.
What do you got? What do you got on this game here? Really quickly, it's going to be the Bills at the Texans, and the Texans are getting talk about no respect.
Well, that's the story of my life. No respect.
They are +6. We got a true home dog here, the underdog at home. Do you have any preference on this?
I saw something here. I was kind of looking to see who might be winning each division. I don't know if you had brought that up or something, but
Mhm.
I was kind of surprised to see that Houston Texans are like even money right now to win the division, which is a little bit of a surprise because they got to leapfrog a couple teams. But they always have a pretty solid offense. Their defense actually is, I think, allowing the fewest points in the league. They were at one point. I haven't looked at that stat
Still
lately.
are, Bry. Still
Is
are.
that right? Yeah. So obviously good on both sides of the ball. Buffalo is coming in hot too. They're 7-3. 2-2 on the road. I don't know. I kind of like Houston playing well, and like what are they? They're on 6 point underdogs.
Hmm.
Yeah, give me Houston,
Yeah.
man. I just think that they've got something going for them here, and I think that we've seen a little bit of vulnerability with Buffalo. So that's
Okay.
my pick. Yeah.
Gosh, man, you know what? Like you said, Houston's 5-5, right in their division, but they've got Jacksonville and Indianapolis in front of them. Jacksonville at 6-4, Indy at 8-2. They can probably catch Jacksonville. I don't know about Indy, but they got to win a wild card to get into the playoffs. They know that they're not catching Indy most likely. So they're playing. This is a huge game for Houston, win or lose. They've got to win it if they want to have playoff hopes. And then Buffalo, they're 7-3, 2-2 away, so they're even money on the road. You know, Josh Allen went bananas last week. Three touchdowns passing and three rushing. And that's
Hmm.
hard to duplicate that. It's hard to duplicate that and keep that level up week over week. That might have been an aberration. He's going to have to drop back down a little bit. And you got, like you said, the Texans defense overall is number one right now. So overall, they're third in rushing, third in passing, and first in scoring. So they're looking great. It's Bills basically offense versus the Texans defense. And we got the new quarterback, Mills, starting for the Texans. Give me the
Yeah.
Bills.
Bills. Yeah, that's the big wild card right there, the quarterback. But all right, I like it. We're starting off with opposite picks.
And yeah, and then
Um,
last week, Brian, did really quickly before we run out of time. Did you realize Thursday night football, Jets at the Patriots, and we talked about it being a division rivalry. It was a
hmm,
huge spread, minus 13.5. And you and I both took the Jets thinking, hang in there, baby. Guess what? Final score, Jets 14, Patriots 27. Do the math. Oh, 13 points. They lost by 13, and the Patriots spent 13.5. So you and I won by point 0.5, Brian.
nice. Crazy. That's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. We got our
Uh,
pick. We got our last Thursday night football pick by point 0.5. The hook went our way this time, baby. So stick with
yeah.
us, listeners. Let's I don't know which way you're gonna go, Bry or me this week, but that was a crazy win we both pulled off last week. That was really cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, we always like to talk a little parity. 9 out of the 15
Hmm.
games finished within one possession or 8 points or less last week. So,
Hmm.
again, a lot of great games out there. This week,
Hmm.
it looks like the Chargers and the Broncos, Dolphins, and the Commanders are all off. So, give them a break. And now I think we move on to some more picks. What do you say, Yerv?
I think we can do that. We can get a little tall boy pick. We're gonna crack and stack a pack of four picks, baby. Us versus Vegas. Here we go. Don't worry about that spread, baby, because we're gonna bust them. Okay, here we go. First one. Pittsburgh at Chicago. Um, I'm thinking this game is a little bit bigger than it seems to be, isn't it, Brian? Both these teams in that spot of are they going to win their division or not? It's not guaranteed whatsoever. And I feel like this game's a bigger game than it looks like on paper. Chicago is at home. They are favored by minus 2.5, just under a field goal. I did back and forth. I don't care. I don't know if Mason Rudolph's starting or if Ben Roethlisberger or what's his name? Ben Roethlisberger. Aaron Rodgers. If
Throwback.
Aaron Rodgers is going to try and protect his non-throwing hand and play, blah blah blah. I'm over. I think Chicago's on a mini comeback streak here. They've won a few, put together a few wins in a row. They're feeling hot. Pittsburgh just is like a yo-yo season, and I'm over the old man Rodgers. I don't think it's working out there. I think it's the decline, start of the decline for Pittsburgh. Give me Chicago, baby. And if they can win by a field goal, I win by point 0.5. So yeah, minus 2.5, I'll take it.
All right. I think that Chicago is a bit of a mirage. I really do. I think they've taken a little while to get their engine running. They've won a couple games. Well, they've won three in a row. So I mean, that's a win is a win is a win, right? So if you can figure out a way to win, that's great. Pittsburgh is coming off a win too. I was thinking this is the time of year when we need to start looking at the weather when these outdoor games, especially in the north.
Ooh.
But these are both north teams. These are both outdoor teams. Um, I bet Rodgers comes back and plays. Actually, I have no idea. But was he had a broken wrist? Maybe he shouldn't. But
Fract-
regardless,
fractured non-throw, fractured non-throwing wrist.
okay, okay. Well, either way, this is going to be a knockdown, drag 'em out fight, outdoor blue, black and blue division type of a matchup. But I'm going against you. I've got the Steelers with 2.5 points to give, right? Give or get,
Yep,
whatever.
yep.
So, yeah, I'm going to
Get
go
it.
against
Yep.
you, and I'm going to
Wow.
give Pittsburgh a call here.
Wow.
Yeah. All
Going
right.
opposite both picks. I like it, Brian.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's your wheelhouse.
It is my
Uh,
wheelhouse, and
uh,
everyone knows where I'm going with this, but I'm always picking the Vikes. I think except for one time when I didn't and they won. So let's just do that.
yeah.
And in the interest of my team, I'm gonna choose against them. The Vikings, like there's just something missing. They're not clicking. Uh, JJ McCarthy's accuracy is. I don't know. It's like my mom throwing darts, dude. It's sorry, mom, but like it's she's just not gonna hit the board. And maybe if she gets lucky, she will. But until it's
Yeah.
crunch time, then he shows a little accuracy and swagger. But and they're working on things, and they probably will figure it out. But I don't think it's going to be this week. I don't think Green Bay is all that great. 6 points is a lot, but give me the Packers. My next door neighbor
Wow.
is going to appreciate that. No, thank me later, Bailey.
Wow. Okay. Even neighbor states and neighbors get green. Why can't we all get along? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the matchup predictor on ESPN, 71% Green Bay chance to win this. So Brian, you might be onto something. 29% Minnesota. This is basically Minnesota's season right here. This is you've got
Hmm.
to win this. You're 4-6 in your division. Green Bay is 6-3 with one tie. So you know what? That could come back to haunt them. If Minnesota could put a couple winning games here and take down Green Bay at the same time right now, that's a big swing right there on the mat. That's like in wrestling, you're flipping the guy over and getting the point and taking one away from him. Or when you're on putting green and you get it in one, he gets it in two strokes. So I'm looking for Minnesota to do that. I'm looking for JJ here blocking out the outside noise, saying he sucks. No, he doesn't. He knows where he got to at this point in his career. He's the man. He's here for a reason. He's going to prove it. He's got to go on the road. You got to win these kind of games if you want to be a quarterback in the NFL. This is your chance right now. One chance. I'm giving you one shot. Last time, Minnesota, I'm going to give you a chance. Give me Minnesota.
Sounds like I'm rubbing off on you here, man. You sound like me right there. I like it. There's
Yeah.
hope. All right, let's move along in
Uh,
the interest of time here. We
yep.
got Indianapolis at Kansas City. Kansas City, the 3.5 point favor. They coming off a loss in Denver. Big loss
Mm,
last week,
mm,
man. And here we go. I mean, we've got Indianapolis coming off a bye and a lot at stake here, really. I mean, for
yeah.
especially for Kansas City, maybe not so much for Indianapolis, but they got to still prove their worth. What do you say, man? What do you
I
got?
say Kansas City is looking straight up at the Chargers, and then after that, they're looking straight up at the Broncos. I can't believe Kansas City's 5-5. This is for sure the era they lose their grip hold on the AFC West. They got bigger problems. Is Indy for real? Jonathan Taylor's healed for a week. He's resting, chilling. Daniel Jones is roaring and ready, kicking like a mule with those Colt things on. Give me Indianapolis. I'll take the
Yeah,
points too, Brian.
yeah, no doubt. I'm with you, man. I think Indy rested coming into KC. They're not worried about them at all. Kansas or the Colts, I'm sorry, are I was looking at their points for they topped the charts by a mile, 321 points for and 206 against. They're an offensive showcase. So let's go. Let's go
I
Indy.
like
Go
it.
Daniel Jones, man.
Yes,
And
sir.
then we've got the surging Panthers. Maybe. I don't know. In my mind, they are. I don't know why. Against the
They
San
are.
Francisco 49ers. Yeah. So it's an interesting thing. It takes a while for us to accept that a bad team might be getting better. And that's how I feel about the Panthers. And a good team like San Francisco seems like they should be getting worse, but they actually, with all their injuries and stuff, but they're holding court. So this was an interesting one to me. That's why I put it on there. And I really do believe in the Panthers. I think that they're kind of a under the radar
Oh,
team right now. I'm not saying I'm picking them though.
oh.
Um, I don't know, dude. But I just think. the Kansas. You know what? Let's get crazy here. I think Yeah, I'm going with the Panthers. I really do believe in that. I think they're under the radar.
Okay, Bry. There's an old saying: Vegas wasn't built overnight, but it was built in your pocket.
Yeah, it's coming out of mine
Okay.
right here.
Yeah, it is. You know what? Oh my gosh. You know what? You're right. The San Francisco Giants defense, or Giants, San Francisco Niners, wrong sport. They are gashed up, man. They are beat up. Robert Saleh is doing his best to hold together, but he can only do
I
so
know.
much. He's like the little Dutch boy, and he needs more fingers or thumbs to jump in that damn. But you know what? Carolina is surging. You're right. Rico going bananas at running back. Is the quarterback finally going to show something in year 4 and get another extension for a year on his contract, rookie contract? This is his time to do it now. He's got to. So wow, Brian. Nope. Yes, Carolina, give it to me. I'm crazy like you. Let's go.
Oh, let's go, Panthers. All right. One time
Can't
years
believe that.
ago when the Vikings played in the Metrodome, and I don't know, it's probably we're talking like 20 years ago or something. The Panthers had one win. They were like 1-10 or whatever. It's terrible record, terrible team. And they came in and freaking beat the Vikings. While I was there, I was at the game. It's terrible. All right.
No.
So I should
Come
wish them
on,
ill will just for
Vikings.
that, but I'll let it go and we'll move on.
All right,
All
all
right,
right.
man. Talk about moving
Um,
on. Let's do it.
moving
Is there
on.
anything else you want to cover
Yeah,
here?
I think we're getting to the end here really quickly. Probably the worst thing I ever saw. I guess we can put it on the Hot Mess Express, right? We're finishing up, right?
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. I gotta say right now that everyone's saying that McDaniel's head coach for the Dolphins is going to keep his job. They fired the GM, but they kept the head coach, and they're rooting and they're tooting and they're playing for him. Are you kidding me? Well, here's a stat for you, Bri. According to Josh Dubow, I hope I said that name right, of the Associated Press, the Dolphins are the second team in the 21st century to opt against a go-ahead field goal and go for it on 4th and goal during the last 2 minutes of a tied game. What were you doing, Mike McDaniel? There was like 1 minute and some change left. It was 4th and goal, close. You kick the field goal, right? And you play punt it, and you play D and you win. No, he went for it and got denied. All right, and they got forced into overtime, so he still ended up winning it in overtime and got hella lucky. But are you kidding me? Like, get rid of this guy. This is the NFL. I can make that decision. You're on the Hot Mess Express, Mike McDaniel. What kind of decision is that? If I'm the next guy next year, I'm just looking at that right there saying, you're out.
That's called desperation mode, man. You got to just throwing everything at the kitchen sink to see if you can figure out what sticks, or however the saying goes.
That's my
Anyway,
take, and that was also Blake's take. So I'm piggybacking off on him. I'm with
nice,
you, Bri.
Blake.
You're throwing the kitchen sink out, and crap is just not hitting.
Awesome. All right. Hey, this leads into next time we're talking, we're gonna be talking Turkey Day and Thanksgiving. So much to be thankful for. I hope you guys feel that way too. Thankful for you, Yer. We'll talk more about that next time. But so this has been the Green Dog Blitz. We'll be back next week before the turkey hits the table to preview the Thanksgiving games. And trust us, the matchups this year are juicier than the deep fried turducken. I'm sure plenty of stuff to share. We'll have plenty of stuff to share around the table with your friends and family. So look forward to that. Thanks everybody for tuning in. May the best team win this week. May that be your team. Go Vikes! Even though I didn't pick you, let's go. All right. Start each week by tuning in to the Green Dog Blitz with Anderson and Agobian. We'll catch you next week.